Inside the tape. Okay, so what I've done with this one, and we can kind of use this floor a little bit. It's got quite a few lines on it. But I keep the setter inside a very small area. So inside the tape, I sometimes tape them in real close to the net and tell them that they can't move their feet. They can't come outside the tape. Because what a lot of setters want to do is even on a perfect pass, they want to step here and then back. And a lot of them, they say that to me and they're like, well, I do that, coach, because I never get a perfect pass. So I just take off. How many of you? Yeah, okay. So I just take off because I never get a perfect pass. I'm like, okay, let's talk about the mental part of that. What message are you sending to your passers by doing that? Yeah, they can't pass. I get that, okay? That happens. I've set many teams. I've had that problem. But what message are you sending where you're just going to take off before the ball even leaves their arms? Why would they even learn to pass then? What's the point? Why would they even get better? If you're just going to take off anyway, why are they going to get better at passing? You're sending a bad message. And part of my setter training is not just the X's and O's and the techniques of setting. It's part of the mental message you send as a setter, how you carry yourself on the floor. What do you expect your teammates to do around you? And how do you expect them to rise to the level that you're rising to? Okay? You got to stay put. And I tell the setter, you need to stay put. It is your job to set the ball that they pass. It doesn't matter if it's here, 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 here. Yeah, would we like it here? Of course. Okay? I've played on like 15 different teams. Not one of them were like the most stellar passing teams. I had footwork up the wazoo. And I practiced it a ton because I knew I'd have to use it. Okay? But I sure as heck was not leaving early and letting them know that was okay. It's just part of the job. And you got to let your setter know that. So tape them in. All right? I mean, tape them in a small spot. You cannot leave here. Okay? And then you toss. So let's pretend we've got a spot up here. And I'm going to toss to you, okay? And I'm just going to kind of change them up sometimes. Sometimes they'll be fast, sometimes slow. And we just got to see if they're going to step off or not, okay? Just got to see what they're used to, all right? Yeah, you can toss. I'm so used to tossing, I know. Okay? And then you guys can go ahead and switch. Okay? And this is where you want to just watch their feet, you know, have someone toss, watch their feet, keep going. Yep, you guys can just alternate every one. And just watch their feet of them standing there and what their first move is. Okay, now I'm going to pick on my Excel setter right here for just a second, okay? And she's smiling because I think she already knows. That ball got tossed in front of her, and I'm staring at her feet, so this is so unfair because I'm like, they know I'm like honing in on their feet. They can't make an error on me, okay? Ball tossed in front of her, she took a step out. How many saw that? Yeah. She took, okay, ball passed in front, took a step out. That is such a common thing to do. You're so used to having to come off. I mean, probably, I don't even know. What did I say? 75% of the time, maybe you're coming off the net. So that is tough. I get that. Okay, but you really, really got to focus on their feet and try to get them to stop doing that.